Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is the Narcissistic Resistance. And this resistance video is sponsored by contribution from Meredith. And here's her story. Hey, you need stuff so you can read this to people if you want. My mother sent this to me after I told her I thought it was best for me not to have contact with her anymore. I think the last straw was when my husband at the time and I were planning to go to my parents' house for Christmas. I had previously spoken with my mother and said we weren't sure what time we would get to her house on Christmas because we would be driving from 3 hours away in Ohio at his parents' place that morning. I asked her, could they please just wait a little later in the afternoon to open presents so that my husband and I could be there. I was at my mother's house when I had this conversation with her, and she said yes, that it's fine, and agreed. And I left the presents for my family and husband there with her. Big mistake. If you didn't leave the presents, they would have waited. Of course, what do you think she did on Christmas Day? It's too easy. She opened the presents way before we even got there. I know it's maybe not a huge deal in the big picture, and worse things have been done to people in our community, but I was just done with her. So I think it was a few weeks later I texted her and didn't think it was best. I didn't think it was, so I texted her a few weeks later that I didn't think it was best. I don't know, that we carry on a relationship. This is what she said to me in response. Sorry, it's all marked up. I try to figure it out. Yeah, it's really hard to read. So I'm going to try to get through this. Thanks for what you're doing and staying well. Meredith. All right. And this is from Meredith's mother. I am not in any kind of denial that you and I have a strained relationship and have had for a long time. I have spent the last several months trying to maintain a distance and leave you alone, touching base and not trying to send my opinions. So there's obviously friction. So then why would she then just rip open your presents without you there if she's going to try to maintain your distance and respect your boundaries and all that? I have to wonder just what triggered your decision to remove me from your life once and for all. I can't remember your cat's name. And I ask how it's going when you reply that I don't have to feel obligated to do that. I get a text after your interview out of the blue to tell me the interview went fine. After I was surprised you shared that you had an interview, because every time I have asked you about the job search, I get a roll of the eyes and a look that tells me to stop asking. So I didn't reply anymore, that I was hopeful, and please let us know. A phone comment the other day when you were telling me you would like to be friends with this group of people who interview you, and my reply was, I would love for you to get out and be with people each day at work, which I got silence. See, here's your mistake, Meredith. Is anything you say to the narcissist is going to be twisted. So unless you want to keep going back and having to relitigate every conversation you've had with them, this is what you're going to get. Your problem is you're giving her too much information in the first place. I have tried not to argue with you in texting for this past few months. I have tried to keep my comments to myself because I never seem to say what you want to hear, or when I am silent, you read that wrong as well. Everything is a miscommunication. Everything you get wrong. What's the point of the relationship? Then what is the point of the relationship? So, really what your mother's doing here by writing this letter is just showing we don't get along. We have nothing in common. What's the point of the relationship? Your mother, in her own words, is proving there's no point in us having a relationship. We hate each other. I have tried not to argue with you in texting for the past few months. I've tried to keep my comments to myself. My own relationship with my mother wasn't perfect. Here we go. I was abused. I was abused. She inserted her opinions until the day she left me, not by choice. And it never occurred to me during any of that time that because I didn't agree with what she told me or react the way I always wanted her to, that I would tell her that it would be best for me that she wasn't in my life anymore. Why? Like, if you don't get along, if all these problems, why do you need to be in each other's lives? Like, look at what she's writing. Okay, your mother's own words proves you guys need to be no contact. What a desperate step that is. She's gone, and I had nothing to do with her being out of my life. She was my mom. She had a right to want me to be happy and insert her thoughts into my world. I didn't always agree with them, but she never intentionally wanted to hurt me. She was my mom, and a mom's number one goal in life is to see her children happy. You will figure that out someday. You may not open this email, as you probably haven't opened my text because you have blocked me. I guess I am not respecting what you said in your text 2 days ago that just floored me in the middle of my lunch with my brother, sister-in-law, nephew, and your dad. So yeah, so not only did you tell me this, you told me this when everybody was there and at the worst time. Everything you do is wrong. This is why you don't talk to these people, because they are going to twist everything you say into a worst case scenario. But I will say this, all your mother's words are proving here is that you should be no contact. All your letter proves is I'm right for going no contact. I thought I was opening a text to share happy news, maybe about you getting a job. Oh, this is like equivalent to I was just about to. I was just about to, and I was just going to. I was so happy, and then you ruined everything. And it was all I could do not to let them know what was wrong when I read what I thought would be good news to share with them. Why? What about your relationship would make you think there's any good news coming? What bullshit. By writing this, I am not respecting your request to stay out of your life, so I can at least say I reached out. What do I tell your brothers when you don't come at Christmas or Easter at Malibu? You had said you were coming. Do you avoid all family gatherings because it's better for you and I am no longer in your life anymore? And how sad that you will have a child someday and I will not be there with you. You are my daughter, I am your mom. I never thought about removing you from my life because I couldn't change not up to our liking, especially family, how sad that would be for each of us. I thought I had been trying be leaving you alone a little bit in your new marriage. Yes, you built a wall, and I have felt it a bit more and more these past few years, and I thought I was respecting it by being silent. Doesn't seem like she's ever silent, especially when you send videos that you want me to argue with you about. I won't do that. Or when I'm at work and you text all day long telling me what I am in denial about. I won't argue. You're wasting your time doing all that. You're wasting your fucking time. She's never going to admit it. You're wasting your time. I won't argue with you via text or email, but I know you have blocked my phone number, probably this email for all I know. But if you do manage to open this and read this, I would like to talk and meet and talk. What you have said to me hurts more than you will ever know. It has been said. But maybe if we don't get too much time go by, my two sisters are beyond remedy. I fear after so many years, but How sad if my daughter and I end up that way, because so she already doesn't get along with her sisters. But how sad if my daughter and I end up that way because one of us didn't take the first step. Maybe you could learn to tolerate me in your life because, as you said, you can't change me. I've never planned to disown you because I can't change you. What a very sad thing to even think about. Well, why would you disown? Why would she disown you if she's got the upper hand in everything? If she's in the mindset I could just rip open and disrespect your Christmas and your gifts and do whatever I want, like, why would she change any of that? If she could just disrespect you at will, like, her own words prove you should be no contact. I wonder if you can think about your future relationship with a child and put yourself in or even your own shoes. I know you think right now that you would never do or say what I have, or that you wouldn't let your relationship come to this. Do you think this is what I planned? Who knows? She's got a lot of notes in here for herself. It just made it a little difficult to read. But I'll say this, I mean, your mother's own words, when the narcissist's own words prove you should be no contact. I mean, that's how you should look at that letter. This letter just backs up and verifies going no contact is the right move. So, I hope that helps. So thank you, Meredith, for your contribution and story. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comments section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, a narcissist you'd like to expose, you'd like to have a private video made, or you'd just like to make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it supported, growing, and successful, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you. Without you guys, all of this goes away, and believe me, YouTube and Google are going to make that happen sooner or later. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with the PayPal and email links in the description box. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. Also, be sure to follow me on the Library Backup app as well. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been the Narcissistic Resistance. Take care.